Hello, my name is Colin Wino, and this is my submission video for Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron for SGDQ 2020. So let's get right into it. So as you can see, I am running around a lab as Jimmy. We're just going to do a little trick to skip through that shock wall. Yeah, so this game, it has a lot. It's very trick heavy. There's a lot going on in the first couple minutes of the run. What I did right there is I paused at that exact point, and that let me fly over this really tall wall and get over past this ravine level. There's a lot going on. So as you can tell by the game, this is a third person it's like a third person adventure game based off of the Jimmy Neutron series. It's pretty goofy looking. The graphics are pretty decent, you know, for the early 2000s. I actually got this game in a cereal box. I opened up a cereal box and I got it for free. So now you're noticing I'm floating. So what I did there is I did a save load exploit on the rope, and basically now we can just float. And so we're just gonna head into the ocean. We're gonna hit this invisible level trigger, and now we are in Halloween. And so because we warped while we had the speed boost going on, we get to keep the speed boost. So now we're just gonna be chasing evil Jimmy all over the place. We just gotta bump into him a few times, and then it'll take us to the next level. So this is kind of like the gauntlet of the holiday levels. Alright, that's it. Alright, now we're doing Jingle Bells, Christmas time. Alright, so this is a pretty simple setup. So we're just going to wait until he gets on that bridge. We're going to make a save, and then we're going to wait, and as soon as he takes that hard left turn, we're going to immediately load that save. And if all works well, he will be stuck on that bridge. So we'll just be able to bump into him and get rid of him pretty quickly. Because normally you have to chase him throughout the entire level. It takes like 2 minutes. It's a pain, but we can just do this. Alright, and now we are on Independence Day. So we actually can't use the floating glitch in this level because we have a jetpack. And if we use it, we will float up in the air, and there's nothing we can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that thing so I can get rid of my floating properties. And we're just going to make a save so we can head back there later. Alright, but now we are just running around trying to get to Jimmy, evil Jimmy. It looks like he's got like a little weird James Bond looking personal helicopter kind of thing. Yeah, this game, it's very goofy with its aesthetic. It's a kid's game, but the tech is pretty wild. Alright, now it's time for the first boss fight of the game, King Carl. So this is actually a pretty straightforward boss fight. Right off the bat, we're just going to immediately head toward this Sporco's restaurant. And I'm just going to double check the difficulty, lower that to easy. And by doing that, it means if we're careful enough, we can one-cycle Carl. And that's what we want to do. So, I activated the parachute, or the brake, so we're moving extra slow, and we can just fire as many shots as we can into him. Alright, now I waited to shoot again, because if you shoot too close, it sometimes does not hit him. But yeah, that was a pretty solid Carl fight. Alright, and now we are getting to the part of the game where it gets real crazy. So we're going to be setting up a trick that will allow us to levitate and fly upwards and then set our height. It's a mess. It's a mess to try to explain, but it looks really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to load that save from earlier, and we're just going to get on that moving platform, load into the first level. Alright, and then we're going to grab that, and then load, and now we've got this weird animation going on. And if you jump and open up your inventory on the same frame, then you fly upwards, and then by jumping again you can set your height. And basically what this does is it allows us to skip all of this dumb platforming. You know, that you have to like jump like between different moats or run through like a sandstorm, and there's even like a color like pick the colors, like red plus yellow equals like orange or something like that, which I am really bad at. So this actually makes the game a lot easier. But yeah, so we are just floating over here, very specific angle, because there is a pyramid at the very end of the level that we're trying to reach. But yes, this absolutely just skips a ton of stuff. It makes the pyramid level a breeze. Alright, and now we are done with the pyramid level, and now we are in Tomb A. Now, for Tomb A, we're going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to load and then load back, and we're floating again. And so now we are just going to walk along the ceiling. That doesn't make sense. And there's these floors. Now, these floors normally disappear or fall. I don't remember if they disappear or fall because I've been doing it this way for so long. But yes, we just skip all of that. And now we're in this weird little platforming kind of like jungle area. Yeah, so we're not going to do that either. We're just going to reload the game and then set that glitch up. And we are going to float. Yeah, I don't know. You wouldn't really expect a Jimmy Neutron game to have crazy physics stuff like this, but it does. That's why I run the game, because the tech is pretty cool. And the time has gotten a lot faster over the past couple months, where a few months ago the world record was around 30 minutes, and now the world record is just under 13 minutes because of all of the crazy strats that have been found. Alright, and now you're just walking over this tomb section. There's a bunch of mummies you gotta fight. You're supposed to get use your water gun to fight the zombies or mummies, but we never actually unlocked the water gun because we just skipped everything. But that's a good thing because it'll save us a little bit later on. But yes, it is just a straight shot across all of these arenas. This saves, like, just in this level alone, it saves like a good 3 or 4 minutes. It's pretty ridiculous. Alright, but we are pretty close to the end, and then Tomb B, the next level, that's where stuff gets really interesting. It's where we have one of the biggest tricks in the game, which will allow us to completely skip the level. Alright, but we just gotta grab this key. Oh yeah, there's a plot. So, apparently, there's like an evil Jimmy from another dimension, and then he, like, I don't know, kidnapped your parents. I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. Well, it looks like I have a very, very disruptive sub notification. That is totally fine. But we are in Tomb B. And what we're going to do is we're going to reactivate that glitch. We're going to levitate just a little bit. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to find this rock. And we're going to set ourselves up on this rock. Now, when you're in this weird levitating state, gravity gets really weird. So basically, once you touch a surface, once your feet touch a surface, then your gravity gets turned up to like 1 million. So I'm going to stand right here, get it set up, change the gravity, and I'm going to try to angle myself, and we're going to fall down this really dumb, long slide level. And we're going to land in this box at the very end. And that is it for Tomb B. Alright, now we got the Herman fight. Alright, so I'm going to pick up this purple flurp. We didn't have the water gun earlier, but now we do. And now we're just going to shoot this guy. Normally, it takes the water gun away from you at the start of this fight, but I never had it to begin with. So I'm just going to unlock it while I'm in the fight, and then I can just kill the boss in just a few hits. Alright, but now we are in the Flurp Factory. It's going to be pretty simple. We're just going to reactivate the glitch, and we're just going to walk. We're going to float. We're just going to float along. Walk in this really weirdly colored room. Like, I don't know where the floor ends and the walls begin. It's pretty gray. It's also very foggy, too. Alright, but now, coming up, we've got a very interesting little auto-scroller section, unfortunately. Well, it's not so much an auto-scroller as it is you have to wait for cans of Flurp to come along. Alright, so he made like weird mind control Flurp. So there's purple Flurp and there's black Flurp. So we gotta shoot all the black Flurp cans. And we just gotta wait for them to come by. There's no real way that I know of to predict which one will come sooner. I know there's like, I know you can go out of bounds in this area, but it's not very useful. But there is like a giant area on the other side of the bottling machine where it's like fully detailed. There's like offices and stuff like that, but you can't visit any of it in the game. So I don't know if it's like vroom. Looks like somebody's starting that lawnmower. I don't know if it's cut content or something, but it does exist. So we're just shooting these cans. Looks like I missed. Alright, and the shocking conclusion. For some reason, there's dinosaurs attacking the city now. And, you know, we're not going to stand for that. Alright, so we're just going to fly around, get hit by a really big hitbox, and we're just going to shoot the dinosaurs. I think that's like a pterodactyl. I don't know. I didn't pay much attention in dinosaur class. But yes, we're just running around shooting them. They're pretty predictable with where they end up going. It's usually pretty simple to find out. Oh, vroom, lawnmower noises. But yes, there's just a few left. And then time... Wow, a phone call. That's right. I am that one guy who still has a house phone. You best believe it. You know, this submission video is pretty silly, but you know what? This is a silly game. It'd be great if this game was put in a block with other silly games if it were to be accepted. That'd be pretty silly. Alright, and it looks like the other dinosaur didn't spawn. And now... And that is it. We got the, we defeated the dinosaurs, and now Evil Jimmy is gonna come out and confront us and be like, "Ah, I'm Evil Jimmy." But alright, that is it for me. That is it for my submission for Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron for SGDQ 2020. Thank you for your consideration, and thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna see what's going on with that lawnmower.